We live in a world that's just obsessed with numbers, right? Follower counts, social networks. There's this constant pressure to have this huge circle of friends. But what if that's not the whole story? Today, we're going to explore why having just a few friends isn't some kind of weakness, but actually a sign of some truly extraordinary qualities.
And that's really the core question, isn't it? We're often taught that popularity is the ultimate prize. But just think about this for a second. So many of history's most remarkable people, they didn't thrive in the crowd. They thrived in solitude. We're about to look at this idea through a completely different lens.
So, here we have the two opposing views, laid out plain and simple. On one side, you've got the common belief a small social circle is a problem that needs to be fixed. But on the other side, a much deeper truth. It can be a profound sign of inner strength. Let's explore that strength, starting with the first of 5 key traits. Okay, our first hidden strength is authenticity. And this is all about the incredible courage it takes to be genuinely, unapologetically yourself, especially in a world that is always pushing for conformity. This definition is so key. Authenticity isn't just about being honest. It's a rare and valuable ability. It means you are anchored to your own principles, even when the tide of public opinion is trying to pull you in a totally different direction. And listen, this isn't some New Age concept. The great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius, he understood this centuries ago. For him, being true to yourself wasn't just a nice idea, it was the very foundation of a virtuous and meaningful life. And this just brilliantly shows what that looks like in the real world. People who really cultivate authenticity, they aren't just chasing the latest trends. No, they're guided by their own internal compass, their own values. They develop a unique style and an inner strength that just doesn't need a stamp of approval from everybody else. This authenticity, it naturally leads us right to our second strength. Independence. This is all about discovering that you don't actually need external validation to feel whole or to feel happy. This definition is just so powerful because it's not about pushing people away. It's about developing an impressive inner strength that sets you free. The ability to find contentment and solve problems without constantly needing someone else to sign off on it. And this is how that independence really shows up. By making your own decisions, tackling problems on your own, and taking full responsibility for your own life, well, that's how you achieve true freedom. Freedom from the weight of social obligation.
And that sense of independence, it allows you to cultivate our third strength, wise selectivity. This totally reframes the idea of being picky. It's not a flaw. It's actually a form of profound wisdom and self-respect when it comes to your relationships.
This is so important. Selectivity isn't arrogance. It's the wisdom to recognize that your time and your energy are precious. It's about consciously choosing to surround yourself with people who genuinely enrich your life, not just people who fill a social void. I love this analogy of a top chef. It's perfect, right? A great chef doesn't just grab any old ingredient off the shelf. No way. They painstakingly select only the very best, because they know that quality is what creates a masterpiece. The exact same principle applies to building a meaningful social life. And this comparison just puts it perfectly. On one hand, you have the noise of many superficial contacts. On the other, you have the value of a few true friendships. The choice becomes crystal clear. One brings distraction, the other brings real enrichment. It's a choice for depth over breadth, every time. So, choosing quality connections, that gives you the space for our fourth strength, which is a real superpower in our totally overstimulated world: introspection. This is about turning your focus inward to discover the vast, incredible universe within you. In a world that is constantly screaming for our attention, social media, news, trends, the ability to look inward is, well, extraordinary. It's like having access to a private, personal library of your own thoughts and feelings that, honestly, most people never even bother to check out. And the greatest thinkers have understood this power for ages. For someone like Marcus Aurelius, this wasn't just idle navel-gazing. Self-reflection was a fundamental tool for becoming a better, wiser human being. This metaphor of an inner, secret garden is just beautiful, isn't it? The time you spend alone isn't empty. It's time you're investing in nurturing this incredible internal landscape. And that becomes a source of wealth and stability that no one can ever take from you, even when the outside world is pure chaos. And all of this, The introspection, the self-knowledge, it all comes together in our fifth and final strength, personal growth. This is where solitude becomes the very catalyst for reaching a higher level of awareness and wisdom about life itself. Now, the crucial point here is that this isn't a passive thing. It's an active process of turning what other people might see as isolation into a powerful engine for your own development. It's about achieving a kind of maturity and perspective that really does set you apart. The philosopher Seneca just nails it with this. The challenge, that resistance of solitude, it's not something to be afraid of. It's the very opportunity you need to cultivate virtue, resilience, and a deeper wisdom. And this just illustrates that journey so well. It really is like climbing a mountain. You start by embracing the path of solitude. As you climb, you start to gain a whole new perspective. And then, when you reach the top, you're rewarded with this wider, clearer view of the world that people down in the valley just can't see. So after exploring these 5 incredible strengths, we arrive at a completely new perspective. It's all about redefining what it truly means to be a connected and thriving human being. Let's be really clear about this. Authenticity, independence, selectivity, introspection, and growth, these are not red flags for loneliness. They are powerful indicators of self-knowledge, of profound inner strength, and of a commitment to conscious personal evolution. They are signs of a life lived with real intention. And so we're going to end with this final thought for you to carry with you. In a world that is constantly telling you to look outside for validation and connection, just consider this. What if your most powerful, most authentic, and wisest self is waiting to be discovered, not in the noise of the crowd, but in the quiet strength of your own company?